Okay, hello everyone. I hope, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. I think my network here is not very good. So anyway, thank you for those who have joined the lessons. As you all know, today Madam Maureen will be teaching the topic mentioned in the video. All right. So this lesson is part of English panel PLC effort. PLC means Professional Learning Community, where the teachers learn from each other in order to teach better in the classes lah, in their classes from other teachers who they have observed and look at how they are teaching to improve themselves. All right, so this week we'll be organizing 3 sessions of PLC, and Madam Maureen will be the first presenter. The coming lesson will be conducted by me and then Miss Sharon as well. Okay, Miss Sharon will be teaching on Friday, so I hope you will look forward to your teacher's teaching. All right, so I think that is all for this introduction. So I hope all of you will enjoy the lesson today. Please show your support by participating in the lesson, by answering and asking questions if you think you are not familiar or not sure of what the teacher is asking, what the teacher is teaching. All right, so I'll pass the mic to Madam Maureen to start her lesson.
Okay, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me clearly. Yes. How about my students? I haven't seen anyone commented, but I only see hi. So, yeah, before we proceed, I thank you, Miss Kadaria, for being our moderator today and supportive colleagues, Madam Hedy and Miss Sharon. So, thank you for joining me today. And also, not forgetting the other classes who are joining. Okay, I hope you benefit from what we are going to learn today, okay? So without further ado, I'll start my lesson, all right? So let me share my screen first. Teaching you on a lesson, on a grammar lesson. No clue what these subtopics are? It's okay. We are going to learn about all these subtopics here today, okay? So let's look at what is our aim today. So the learning objective today is, by the end of this lesson, I hope pupils are able to show understanding of the use of used to, how to use be used to, how to use be get used to, and would. Okay, so you can differentiate all four. And you are considered successful in completing your task if you are able to score at least 3 out of 5 marks for the correctly answered question in Test Your Understanding session later. All right? So you can have a read also so that you understand and you have target what you want to conquer, what you want to achieve today, okay? So that's our learning objective and success criteria. Let's move on to the first one. Used to. Used to. How do we use used to? Just now Manny said to talk about something in the past. All right. So used to class together with a bare infinitive is to talk about actions that we did regularly in the past. So student, most of you are correct. Now let me explain first what is bare infinitive. So bare infinitive here means infinitive without the marker to, because we already have used to, so we do not need another to with the infinitive. Infinitive here refers to the verbs. Okay? So, other than regularly happen in the past, it is no longer done now and only exists in the past. So you use used to describe something that has happened in the past and no longer happening now. You'll understand better in an example. I'll give you an example. For example, my student Kelvin. Kelvin used to enjoy reading ghost stories. So this one explained that Kelvin, in the past, he liked to read ghost stories, and now he is no longer like reading ghost stories. Maybe he prefers romance stories now. Okay, so used to referring to Kelvin who likes or who enjoyed reading ghost stories in the past. Okay, so I hope you understand now how do we use the words used to. Okay, we shall look at more examples shortly. Okay, now this is another little exercise to check your understanding. So used to, complete the sentences with the correct form of used to and the verb in the brackets. So the verb is given to you. So remember just now the formula for used to plus verb. Tadi the example given is Kelvin used to enjoy. So now how do we write this one? I'll give you the example before I let you answer number 2 and number 3. So, they used to go to Stonehenge for the festival every summer. So, as you know, talking about the past and no longer happening. So, these people, they, every summer in the past, they used to go to Stonehenge. Okay, so we're talking about the past. So, yeah, let's look at number 2. Number 2, I want you to give me the answer, class. Type in the chat box. Give me the answer. Nisa's uncle in the past when he was younger. Crime stories. So what's the complete form of used to there? Dreamy, hi, fast answer there. Used to write. This person said. Elia also wrote, type in used to write. Iqmal, Winifred, thank you for your response. Evelyn used to write, Pretty used to write, Hidayah used to write, Amza used to write, Raylan used to write. Okay, so far I haven't seen any wrong answer. So all of you are correct. So Nisa's uncle used to write crime stories when he was younger. So when he was younger, in the past, he used to write crime stories. Okay, number 3. Number 3, we move to number 3. Sarah Winchester, blue room every night. Every night, this person, Sarah, in the blue room. So, yes. Pretty, Jessie, Elvina, Evelyn, Ashley wrote used to sit in the past only. She used to sit in the blue room every night. Okay, so thank you for the response, everyone. Good job. So, used to sit. So, I can see that at least 1/4 of you has understood how to use used to. Easy, right? Okay, so now we move on to the other one. What is this? Be used to. Alamak, what is this? So I will not delay. Let's revise on B first. B class is the auxiliary verb is. Are, was, were. Okay, so these are among the auxiliary verb be. Okay, so jadi later when you want to use this used to, you have to combine them as is used to, are used to, was used to, or were used to. Let's look at the explanation or the formula. Be used to must plus gerund or noun to talk about something that is usual or unfamiliar or familiar. Okay, there's another, maybe you are not sure what gerund is. Let me just explain to you. Gerund is verb plus ing, it becomes noun. For example, I like jogging. So jogging there is a gerund. Jog is the verb plus ing, jogging becomes a noun. So I like jogging, the noun. So it is called gerund. Okay, so it is used to talk about something that is usual or familiar. Now this explanation you may not understand, but you will look at the example, you will understand. Okay, for example, my student Jonathan and siblings are used to hearing strange sounds in the attic. Sorry class, my genre today is spooky and creepy because our unit is actually about what's the life's great mystery. So you can see my background all spooky and creepy. All right, even my examples. So Jonathan and siblings are used to hearing strange sounds in the attic. Attic is the top part of a house. If you have attic, and seldom people go there, so you will understand if you can hear strange sounds in the attic. So are used to hearing means Jonathan and siblings, to them, hearing strange sounds in the attic is something usual, something familiar, or something normal. Okay, jadi kamu boleh gunakan be used to talk about something normal or usual. Okay, so for Jonathan and siblings, to them, hearing strange sounds in the attic is normal. Okay, so that is how you use be used to. Okay, all right. How about this one? This one is different, class. Just now, it is be used to. Now, there is a get there. Be get used to. Let's not forget the be again. Be are the auxiliary verbs is, are, was, were. So still you need to put your is, get, used to plus gerund. Remember gerund just now? Verb plus ing plus noun. Okay, be get used to is to talk about the process of something becoming familiar. So there's different class between this one, be used to. This one is talk about something usual or familiar. It's already become normal. But this one talk about the process. Dia belum jadi normal lagi. Belum become usual, familiar. This is process. So when you want to talk about the process becoming something familiar, you use be get used to. Let's look at the example. For example, Azim is is the be class. Getting, okay, you will change the get into getting. Used to, living there is the gerund. Okay, so Azim is getting used to living near a cemetery. He quite likes it now. Do you agree, Azim? Azim's house is, I don't think it's near the cemetery. Okay, so you want to talk about something that is becoming familiar, not yet familiar, you will use is getting used to living near a cemetery. Belum jadi biasa lagi, belum jadi normal to Azim. It is getting used to living near a cemetery. Okay, all right. Next, where are we? Okay, let's look at the difference last. Cikgu dah terangkan tadi, be used to is for something familiar, something already normal. Whereas be get used to is talking about something that is becoming familiar, becoming normal, but not yet normal. Okay, so let's check if you can understand or differentiate between the two by writing sentences about the Smith family using correct form of be used to or be get used to. I'll give you an example. So we are talking about the Smith family, class. So later the example should be about the Smith family. All right, so the Smith family starting to feel normal. The clue is given here. Starting to feel normal is be used to or be get used to. Think about it. That is your clue actually. Is starting to feel normal. So the Smith live in the countryside, be used to live in the countryside, or be get to use in the countryside. Okay, I'll reveal the answer because you are going to answer number 2 and number 3. So this one, because the Smiths are plural, and it's only starting to feel normal, not yet usual or normal or familiar. So we use be get used to. Understand? The Smith are getting used to living in the countryside. Maksudnya keluarga Smith ini tadi mereka baru saja nak mula rasa normal lah. That's why the clue is given. It's starting to feel normal. So are getting used to living in the countryside. Not yet used to. Okay, be used to. Are used to. Okay, not yet. So that's how you are going to look at number 2 and number 3. Okay. So let's look at number 2. Remember, it's about the Smith. So make sure your answer is the Smith is no longer strange. Huh? The clue there is given is no longer strange. So the Smith be used to see ghosts in the garden, or the Smith be get used to see ghosts in the garden? Okay, can you give me the answer, class, in the chat box? You can choose are used to seeing ghosts in the garden, or is it are getting used to seeing ghosts in the garden? Okay, I'm waiting for your answers. Huh? Oh, who is this dreamy high? Using your nickname, cute name, I don't recognize. So Dreamy High said, the Smiths are used to see ghosts in the garden. To seeing ghosts in the garden. Kairunisa said, are used to seeing ghosts in the garden. Are used to. Oh, that is Ain. Dreamy is Ain. Elvina said, are used to. Elia said, are used to seeing. Okay. Okay, I can see one person say, are getting used to seeing. Okay, Kelvin, are used to seeing, are used to. Okay, so out of all the answers, only 1 or 2 answered are getting used to seeing ghosts in the garden. So remember, class, the clue is no longer strange. If it's no longer strange, it means it's normal to them, right? It's usual for them. So, yang mana satu tadi cikgu bagi tahu? Yang usual, familiar, be used to or be get used to? So the answer is are used to seeing. Meaning it's normal for them now to seeing ghosts in the garden. Wow. Okay. How about you, class? Do you have such stories? You are used to seeing ghosts somewhere? Okay, so done with second example. Next example. Where is it? Third question. The Smith be used to get a lot of curious visitors, or does the Smith be get used to get a lot of curious visitors? This one I don't give easy answer. This one is for the higher level. This one no answer. You have to give. You have to comment the answers as the Smiths are, you have seen in the previous sentence, right? The previous, previous questions. The Smiths are what? Used to or getting used to? Getting a lot of curious visitors. The Smiths are used to getting a lot of curious visitors, or the Smiths are getting used to getting a lot of curious visitors. I can see Ayn again answer. The Smiths are used to getting a lot of curious visitors. Okay, so she said this one is be get used to. Okay, Evelyn Lee said are used to getting. So Evelyn has different answer. Be used to. Okay. Oh, is that Loretta? Hi, Loretta. The Smiths are used to get a lot of curious visitors. Okay, that is be used to. Amza used to getting a lot of. Okay, are used to getting. Are used to getting Hmm. Okay, remember class, the clue is it's no longer strange. It's normal to them, getting a lot of curious visitors. Okay, thank you everyone for your response. Okay, Ikma said the Smiths are getting used to a lot of curious visitors. Okay, that is different, huh? Are getting used. Okay, Justin, are used to getting. Hmm. Okay, so let me reveal the answer. Okay, so if you get it wrong, you try to think again, look at the clue given. It's no longer strange. All right, and remember, be used to is for something that is familiar, normal, and be getting used is the process of getting normal or usual. Okay, so the answer is are used to getting a lot of curious visitors. The Smiths are used to getting a lot of curious visitors. So the answer is using be used to because it's no longer strange. It is no long. It is normal now. They are not. It's normal for them to get a lot of curious visitors. Okay. So I hope you understand that class. It's a very brief testing if you understand or not. But later, let's just confirm your understanding. Okay. All right. So next, would. This one is simple. Would. I know that would is one of the modal verbs, but in this case, would we can use it as this one. It's almost the same as used to. The first one that we have learned just now, used to. So would plus bare infinitive. Bare infinitive masih ingat ke? Bare infinitive is the verb without the marker to. Infinitive memang ada to, tapi when it's mentioned zero infinitive or bare infinitive, it's without to. Okay, so would plus verb to talk about actions that we did regularly in the past, but that we do not do now. So it's actually similar to used to. Let's look at the example. For example, the ghost would disappear as soon as anyone tried to take a picture of it. So would here actually you use it to describe an actions that happened in the past. Okay, if you substitute would with used to, it is also correct. The ghost used to disappear as soon as anyone tried to take a picture of it. Okay, so that is how we can use would to also talk about actions that we did regularly in the past and no longer done now. All right, so would is simple, it's just a substitute to used to. Okay, I will not give you exercise on this, but later we will mix together all of the 4 subtopics that we have learned, and you will see how you should use. You should choose would as the answer, or the other subtopics as the answers. Okay. All right. So now we have come to testing your understanding. So what I want you to do, class, not only my Rogesia, but also all the students who are watching, please prepare a piece of paper and your pen. All right. What I want you to do is just list number 1 until number 5. Number 1, make sure you have a space to write your answer. The answer is very short actually. Okay. So you can list 1 until number 5. As I show you the question, number 1, you will have to write your answer. I'll give you time to write your answer. Okay, are you ready with your piece of paper and pen? And make sure you have listed number 1 to number 5. Okay, so it will go like this. I'll show you question number 1. I'll give you 1 minute to answer, and I'll reveal the answer. So please be honest. Because we are learning, right? If it's correct, you tick you're correct. Okay, tick it correct. And don't forget to share your answer in the chat box. So 2 places to put your answer in the chat box as well on your paper. Okay. And it goes the same to the rest of the questions. Right? Are you ready? If you are ready, type R. Type R. If you already type R in the chat box. Okay, Justin R, Kelvin R, okay, Jonathan R, Hidayah R, Ain R, Levina R, Badrun R, Samson R, Elia R, Raylan R. Yeah. Iman Roar. Who is this Ajim? Okay, R. Okay, a lot of R. I can see a lot of R. Okay, let's start with the first question. Choose the correct answer. The choice given is in white. I hope you can see, in white. So how is your son? The answer, B answered, he's fine. He used to or is getting used to university life. Okay, you can choose one of the answer. Time, I'll give you few seconds to answer. Whoever has the answer, you can post in the comment, all right? If you are confident with your answer, just post in the comment. And make sure on the paper you also have your answer. Takut lupa, because I'm going to check later. Okay, I see plenty of answers there. Amza, it's a good effort that you have written all the sentence, but you can just put the answer, okay? The rest you can just put the answer. Either used to or is getting used to. Okay, very good. A lot of answers there I can see on the screen. So, what's the answer? Okay, let's just discuss the answer, right? Because I can see a lot of answers there already. So, if you look at the context of the question, if you answer used to, do you think the context of this question is in the past? Do you think it's in the past? It is not, right? So it is not in the past. So we cannot use used to. But is getting used to means the son is in the process of getting familiar to university life. So the answer is none other than is getting used to. So yes, pat on your shoulder for getting the correct answer. And don't forget to tick in your paper where you put your answer also just now. All right? So, good job. Second question. A. Did Mr. Sam used to or is Mr. Sam used to work in that graveyard? No, he worked in the one in my village. Sorry lah, soalan cikgu semua creepy today graveyard lah, ghost So, yeah, you may choose the answer. Look carefully to the context of the question. Ingat tadi how do you use used to, be get used to, would. Oh, laju Badrun. Dah ada jawapan dah. Did Mr. Sam used to? That is his answer. Justin, is Mr. Sam used to? Bradley. Okay. Oh, I think there's a fair number of students answering did Mr. Sam used to and is Mr. Sam used to? Interesting, right? Why some people think that it's did, not is. This should be a good task for you, you know. Why are there so many students answer did? Some students, a lot of students answer is. Why? This one sounds interesting. I don't feel like giving you that answer. I want you to search. Search. It's something to do with the grammar and the way we change things. Interesting thing as a task for you. Okay, so Ajim Samson did Mr. Sam used to? I can see a lot of Form 5, Form 4 coming in. I mean, been answering. The younger ones, the younger classes, maybe they are not able to come, but it's okay. Sam, search Sam because it's Sam. So Samson has to search. Okay, Igma said, did Mr. Sam used to? All right. Okay, so I'll reveal the answer, okay? So the answer is, did Mr. Sam used to work in that graveyard? No, he worked in the one in my village. Like I mentioned just now, there is a fair number of students who choose did Mr. Sam used to and is Mr. Sam used to. Why so? Interesting, right? I don't want to tell, but I leave this as a task for you. Why the answer is did, teacher? Because the use there, no D. You have been teaching us D, teacher, used to. So it should be, is Mr. Sam used to, teacher? Okay, I leave that to you to search first, all right? So in next class or with your own teachers, I hope you can, share the answers. Maybe you can get it correct, right? Okay, so I leave that number 2 like that. So I hope you can get 2/2 for now. Yes? All right, so let's move to number 3. Number 3, Dina is not or isn't used to cooking or wouldn't cook her own meals. That's because her mom always cooks for her. So, which one is the answer? Isn't used to cooking? Isn't used to is be used to, and wouldn't cook is the would. So, what do you think the answer is? Time can think. Ain, your fast answer there, isn't used to cooking, according to Ain. That's her answer. Preeti also said, isn't used to cooking. Justin also said, isn't used to cooking. Isn't used to cooking. Why everyone answer isn't used to cooking? No one answer wouldn't cook. Can I drag a student to tell me why they choose isn't used to cooking? Can anybody explain why you choose isn't used to cooking, not wouldn't cook? Anybody? Maybe from my class lah, Rogesia, or anyone who is brave enough. Just tell us why you choose isn't used to cooking. Why not wouldn't cook? or those who choose wouldn't cook? Why do you choose wouldn't cook? Not isn't used to cooking.
Maureen, I have posted the StreamYard inside. You can ask them to go in also if you want. They can click and then come and join us and give the reason.
Uh-huh. So I do nothing, right? How?
No. I have posted the StreamYard
Oh, you have
to
posted, right?
the
So
to
they
the
can
group.
just
They,
come
they,
in,
they can
come in,
click and
right?
come in. Yeah, if they wanted
Okay.
to join and give the reason why.
Okay, sure. Okay, students, Madam Hedy has given you the authority, given you the freedom to share. Why you choose isn't used to cooking or wouldn't cook. Let me just hear some reasons from you. Or Justin said, because her mother always cook for her. So, okay, let me read something else. Ashley said, her mom always cook for her, so she will not to cook. Is that answering? Why not wouldn't cook? Why isn't used to cooking? Anybody? Explain. You only explain in the written form. I mean, two-person has explained. Anybody? Who is that? Huh? I can hear a voice, but unsure who that is.
Okay, students, if you all want to come in, right, to speak, you all can click the StreamYard code that teacher have put into the chat box, and you can come in, and then I can let you speak. To tell everybody, all your friends and us, why do you think it's like that? Instead of just writing, you can come in and join us. Okay, click the link.
Everyone says because Dina, her mom always cook for her, and then she biasa her mom cook, so still learning. Hmm. Kalau still learning in progress means you should be using be, get, used to, right? But here we only have be, used to, and would. Yeah, I understand, students, that you mentioned that she didn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to cook. But why choose isn't used to cooking or wouldn't cook? Okay. Okay. Shall I reveal the answer? Okay, I'll reveal the answer and I will maybe explain the reason because somebody said she sound like she give up to cook.
Maureen, Justin
Huh?
want to join us. I put her up and let her talk. Justin is
Okay,
in
okay.
is in the StreamYard with us. Okay,
All right.
so you can ask him question. Maureen, Justin
Okay.
want to
All right,
join us.
Justin.
Put her up and let her talk. Justin is in the StreamYard with us. Okay,
All right.
so you can ask
Because
him question. Maureen,
Because
Justin want to
all right,
join us.
Justin.
Put her up and let her talk. Justin is in the StreamYard with us.
because ada cook
Maureen,
because
Justin want to
All right,
join us.
Justin.
present tense madam
Sorry.
because ada cook okay.
Yes, Justin. Yeah. What's the
Okay.
reason, Justin? You choose that. Hello, Justin. Are you there?
Justin, if your friend is with you, right, you must make sure that your friend's handphone is also mute, or else it will have
Hello,
echo. All
Justin.
right.
Are you there?
Yep.
Justin, if your friend is with you, right, you must make sure that your friend's handphone is also mute, or else it will have echo. All right. Justin, if your friend is
Okay. It's okay. That's
Yeah, it's okay,
normal
Mo.
for.
Just continue.
It's okay, huh? All right. It's okay, class. Don't get upset. You didn't get to speak, but I would love to hear reasons and listening to you actually. But you know, with technology, sometimes it fails. All right, it's okay. I'll just reveal you the answer and maybe explain to you the reason. So the answer is, yeah, most of you answered Dina isn't used to cooking her own meals. That's because her mom always cooks for her. Simple reason. Why is it isn't used to cooking, not wouldn't cook? Remember, I explained just now, would itu bila kamu guna, dia sama. Semasa kamu guna, used to. Remember? And used to and would digunakan to talk about action in the past, class. Action in the past. Okay? Action in the past. Tapi if you look at the answer for B, jawapan B, the dialogue for B, that's because her mom always cook for her. This one is a present tense. Cooks for her. It's a present tense. So this context or the situation cannot be happening in the past. So we don't use wouldn't cook, but it's better if you use Dina isn't used to cooking. That's it. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's the explanation to why it isn't used to cooking, not wouldn't cook. All right. So I hope everyone still get 3/3 for now. All right. So okay, I'll move to question 4. France looks different now. Yes, she would or used to wear glasses. So answers, class. Okay, write on your piece of paper and also post on the in the chat box. Badrun, fast answer. Huh? Used to, he said. Bradley said would. She used to. Used to. Mostly answered used to. Ingat bila kita guna would, bila guna used to. Dalam konteks ini, which one is more suitable? Anson, I've just seen Anson, baru nampak. Okay, Vivian said used to. Okay. Okay, I'll reveal the answer. All right. So number 4, the answer is yes, she used to wear glasses. Okay, so we'll see the difference again. Would used to in question 5. So still 4/4, class? We still get 4/4? Okay. Question number 5, last one. Do you remember staying with grandma when we were kids? Yes, she got used to or would tell us spooky stories at bedtimes. At bedtime. Okay, time, huh? So think about it. What's the answer? So Raylan has answered. Justin, Vivian, Basil, Evelyn, Bradley, Samson, JC, Winifred, Badrun, Hidayah, Elvina all answer wood. Okay, most of you answer wood. Is that the correct answer? Okay, I shall reveal the answer, class. I shall reveal the answer. Maybe your answer appeared quite late in the chat box, but I'm sure you have your answer on your piece of paper. So for question number 5, the answer is would. Because you are telling that in the past, grandma would tell spooky stories at bedtime. Okay, and the got used to is not a complete set of be get used to. Okay, so it is wrong. Okay, so that's the end to our test your understanding session. So we have done with 5 questions. So how many correct answers have you obtained? So you shall be able to put 5/5, 4/5, 3/5. All right, so please tell us how many do you get correctly in the chat box. So I can see that Ajim, Ain again, 4/5. Badrun got 4. Bradley got 4. Ashley got 4. Semua 4 ni. Apa lah yang salah ni kan? Which number? 4/5. Jessie 4. Oh, Ain got wrong. Number 2. That's a good response. How about the rest? I wonder. Which question did you mess with? Tak adalah. Okay, which question did you get wrong? Question number 2. Oh, question number 2. Question number 2 was, about Sam. Did and is. Okay. All right. See, that's why you should do a bit of research. Why it's did, not is. Okay. So Samson got 5. Okay. Good job, Samson. The rest, you are doing very well also. Only 1 wrong answered. Okay. So basically, almost everyone get 4/5. Isn't that good, right? I think we have achieved our success criteria, correct? Just now we targeted at least 3 out of 5. So now I have seen that most of you get at least 4/5. So yeah, very clever. Pat on your back for that achievement. Okay. Ashley can't wait to ask the question. It is because of the word work. So we'll discuss that later, Ashley. We don't have much time to discuss further, but it's very good question. We'll discuss in our next lesson. All right, class. So before we end our lesson, let's conclude our lesson, shall we? So to conclude, when do you use used to, would, or be get used to, be used to? All right. So to conclude, whatever we have learned today, we have learned that in order to talk about something that happened in the past and no longer happening or no longer doing it, we will be using using which one? Used to, would, we get used to, or be used to. Okay. How I wish it is in the class. I can just ask somebody to go and match. Okay, but never mind. So we will be using used to and would to explain this one, right? Happened in the past and no longer happening or doing it. How about this one? Something has become familiar or usual. Which one do we use, class? One last one. Please type in. Type in the chat box. Help me to conclude. Which one do you use when you want to talk about something has become familiar or usual? Be get used to or be used to? Please respond, class. Which one do you use? To show something has become familiar, usual, do you use be get used to or be used to? Oh, baru keluar jawapan-jawapan. Be used to, said Iman and Ain. Pretty, be used to. Mazil also said be used to. Be used to Samson, Kaironisa. Be used to. Vina, Bradley. Okay, most of you said be used to. Okay, that's very correct. If you want to talk about something that has become normal, familiar, and usual, you will use be used to. Okay, and the last one is none other than something beginning to become usual, familiar, and normal is definitely be getting used to. All right, so I hope you remember the formula. Formula ni maksudnya plus plus lah, used to, and then be itu apa, get used to plus ing kan, Jaren just now. Because I noticed that some of your answers during the chat just now ada yang tertinggal the Jaren, but then it's okay. I just want to see how you differentiate on the usage of be get used to, be used to. Okay, so yeah. All right, so I believe everyone has an idea how do we use all these subtopics, and hopefully you can differentiate them and use them in your writing next time. All right, so yes, that is all for today lesson, class. I thank you and I congratulate each and every one of you students who have participated in our lesson today. Okay, that's all. Thank you, class. Yeah, I return the favor to our moderator today.
Okay, thank you, Madam Maureen, for that very interesting lesson. And I believe Madam Maureen's explanation is very clear. And I can also see that based on how you answer the question, you also understand what she is teaching. So very good. And I appreciate that you show your participation by answering the answers. And then I hope that in this time, in this COVID-19 time, please try to join all the lessons online. We don't have any other choice. So this is the only medium that we can use to reach you. So if you don't have any reasons not to join the lessons, please join. Don't find excuses. All right, so thank you, Madam Maureen, and thank you to all the students. I pass it to Madam Hedi.
All right, class. So you know that our panel English, right? We are doing this effort so that we hope that you will enjoy our lesson. And remember, our next lesson tomorrow, you will continue to join us, lah. Then you look at the poster to know who is our teacher. Okay? So all right, that's all for today. Bye. So teacher going to end the broadcast already. Bye.